Can you give me some more of those? Give me a bear sound. Give me a moose sound.
Moose.
Give me a little bunny sound.
Welcome back, friends, for another transformational episode of our Sprinter van conversion series. Last week, things got hot as we, or should I say Drew, installed our mighty little S-Bar D2S2 heater. And this week, well, there are a few random things we had to take care of first before tackling our last major project, the construction and installation of our overhead cabinets. But before we go there, let's show you what else this week had in store.
Got a couple random projects happening I'm going to show you. First, our futon. Yeah, it looks like crap. Our shoes were nicking off little spots all around, making divots and dents, and it was peeling. I gotta get out the sander, sand it all off in order to be able to repaint this, which is such a bummer. It's like doing work to undo work, and then paint primer, and then paint it again.
My big dilemma right now is painting the front of our futon shower bench. There's already like some dings in the wood. So I think we want to paint it a dark color, but we're afraid it's going to chip. But right now we have primer. We're not going to bring primer with us on the road. So like today is D-Day. We have to make a decision. Do we paint it with white primer? Maybe we don't.
No, let's do it.
So I'm painting it with primer.
Let's do it.
I'm going to do it right now.
Oh man.
I'm going to go right across it. I'm scared.
Me too. No going back on the natural wood. What was the theme of our van?
Nature. Okay, I'm going to leave it.
I don't know.
I'm going to leave the bench. I'll paint the oven and everything.
Alright, we can think about it more.
That's all for now, folks. We changed our mind. I'm going for it. You ready for this? Oh my gosh! Alright, it's happening. And so, unfortunately, what our gut instincts told us would happen did. Despite the little bit of initial sanding, the smooth finish of the wood was not a suitable surface to paint, which brings us to this week's unexpected project of sanding off the paint and through the finished layer of wood so we can, you guessed it, paint it yet again. But hopefully this next time will be the last.
As you can see, taking a really crazy coat off of this wood. We're trying to get it so sanded down so that the paint will apply. But what's happening as the sander goes, it's melting the paint onto the bottom of the sander. Can you believe that? Our poor shower unit is getting a makeover. It's looking rough right now. We'll beautify it back up though. Don't you worry. Next, our little flip table. How cute. That's actually Brittany's desk.
Ooh, this is new.
Oh yeah, pull that out.
Ooh,
There.
cool. Oh yeah. My
Desk with a view.
Perfect.
Cool, right?
Yeah, I love this little elbow that you've made.
Yeah. Snazzy, right? That's a whole extra 13 inches of countertop right there. I actually had to lift up the whole countertop and move it out that little bit in order to tuck the flap up underneath here like that. Next, I need to take this piece of foam and cut the shape and contour of the ceiling up here. This will be the beginning form and template for cutting the support structures to our overhead clothing cabinet that will run this whole section. My idea is 1 foot down, 1 foot out, and there'll be a divider to make 3 separate compartments.
Before we enter the construction zone, let's cut to this unusual delivery. Whoa, thing's huge! It's Spirit's third eye.
Actually, on our existing van, these are cracked, taking preventative measures.
It's bigger than me. With our brand new headlamp to help light the way, let's get back to the build.
So for the bottom of the cabinet, I'm going to use 3/4 inch plywood along with 3/4 inch supports dividing the sections. And then I'll use 1x2s for the corner supports. Really got to think about the screws I'll be putting through from the bottom into the supports. And I just feel like 3/4 is the way to go. I think for the upper section, that will go against the reflectics and paneling. I'll use the 1/2 inch because it's basically just covering up what's up there to make a box. And then later on we'll put together the doors with the wood that we use in San Diego. So let's get going to make these cabinets. This step right here has to be one of the most difficult steps of trying to make cabinetry. I'm trying to figure out the exact shape that our support should go. It would be a bottom and then each one of these separating the sections like I was talking about before. I made grooves to be able to set the 1x2s into, going up like so. And I want to get the perfect angle to make sure it's all set with the wall using the level. After doing a little measurement, marking my spot, realized I gotta take a little bit off the top right there. And then everything should be a nice 90 degrees. As you can see, all my pieces are laid out. 2 ends, the 2 dividers, my rails in the middle, and the bottom piece along with the top piece. It's time to get this thing all screwed together now that I have all the pieces for the assembly.
And finally, after 2 days of hard work, Drew had successfully built our bedroom and kitchen overhead cabinets. But there were just a few more steps before they were ready to be mounted in for good. It's sanding time.
Brittany painted our cabinets. I don't think she's done.
Forgot about that end.
Show me what you're doing.
There's like these really ugly gaps in the wood. So I'm filling them with caulk. This looks better, right?
Much better. Mind the gap.
Mind the gap. I'm minding the gap right now. I do mind it. With the gaps filled and wood painted, we were finally ready. But first, we just got a delivery in from Fab Habitat. Ooh, oh, I love this one. It's made out of recycled plastic bottles.
Look at that material. Able to get wet, you can lay on it after swimming.
Ooh, it's reversible.
Love your world, love your habitat.
This thing is perfect for doing yoga outside and grilling outside, sunning and journaling. We discovered our need for this type of outdoor rug after buying our first one in Morocco. I think we used it every day with the Howler, but unfortunately at 4 by 6 feet, it was just too big to bring back to the US. Oh, it looks good with Spirit's colors. I love it, they're kind of like flowers.
Good choice.
Fab Hab. Now on with the show.
Are we good? Yeah, I think we're okay. Gotta get these screws in. We're onto the front cabinets right now. How's it feel lifting all this heavy weight in our van?
We're getting it.
We're getting it. It's looking pretty good. The back ones are in. These are next. So I've been working super hard and really excited to see this come to life. Check it out. The cabinets, our cabinets, they're wonderful and they are in place. Nice and secure. Boom.
We've come a long way in 15 weeks, and being able to share the progress with you all has truly been such a treat. With the open road calling us home, we invite you to like this video and subscribe so you can join us again next week as we get Spirit all geared up for her maiden voyage to California, where we'll be putting the finishing touches on her using repurposed wood from old growth trees that would otherwise be sent to the landfill. Spirit, you're gonna be one rad van, and we can't wait to see what you have in store for us all. Until next time, remember, if you want something you've never had before, then you must be willing to do something you've never done. Oh, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Mr. and Mrs. Adventure. See you next week.